Hearts and minds towards the win, knowing that first we need to liberate, then we can build the great. I feel that it's relevant for the highest timeline that I express all of this. Perhaps you'll feel it's worth directing your valuable attention upon this combination podcast and multimedia show. It's go time, though it is as go as we choose, when and how far. The inaugural versions of Golden Age Now have ended, though are currently available. A new version has begun. There's a golden age on the horizon for Earth, but there are many indications that we need to fight for it. It's a liberty op for the golden age, and many forces from that single almighty source are assisting us. Though largely how New Earth is to be constructed, it is our choice, the sum of our collective choices and consciousness. Though because we are powerful creators that create our own reality, our individual experiences will be shaped largely by our own volition, and there is every indication that the new world will involve unity consciousness, which is to say, a spirit of togetherness and collective wellness, yet supportive, quite supportive, of empowerment and freedom at the level of the individual. If you know much about Star Trek, you already know about our future and the beautiful new Earth we are to create. More on both our present and our future now. Let's proceed. Befitting this new version of Golden Age Now, I've selected a different one of my original songs to be the current intro song, and it is called Gastown Dogs. I feel a combined spirit of the fight for New Earth and the bright in the fight. The fight and the bright in the fight. It is in some way similar to the Jedi in Star Wars, being loving warriors rather than hateful, and the importance of focus and the harnessing of our willpower, and that the force itself, life force, chi, prana, the force, that this exists as well, permeates all things, connects and binds them. Perhaps it is gravity amongst other things. By no means am I suggesting the need for physical fighting. Our battle is in mental and spiritual realms, and there can be a profound power that comes from a calm heart and mind. Light can force out darkness, and not the other way around. For Gan, Mark 2, here is a verse and a chorus from Gastown Dogs. Gastown is a small retail and bar neighborhood that connects with Vancouver's troubled downtown east side, the poorest postal code in Canada, and connects also with downtown Vancouver itself. Later in the show, we're going to have a rap-along segment and a sing-along one as well, and the Anne's Angel segment as well. Gastown Dogs. We shall establish a Bluetooth connection with one of my sound systems. Baby. Connect. Oh, there we are. Yeah. All right, we're gonna edit some Gastown Dogs. the guitar. The end of the set. And the end of this installment. That's from the second verse. So we got first verse and chorus here. Last time I was here, these dogs came by. I was rolling in the car, and they looked real fly. Think as though as soon as them dogs came round, nobody cared anymore about my sound. I was rapping about the liberation of the earth. Got me thinking how kitty videos could be more catchy than would be heroes. We're gonna get my ass up zero. We're gonna get my ass up zero. Would be hero. We're gonna get my ass up zero. Could I be a hero to myself at the earth? Would be hero. Ass up zero. Kitty video, 2-volt log in a fly ride. Remote control, it did not drive. Liberation of the earth, get some traction. Time for action. Kitty video, 2-volt dog in a fly ride. Remote control, they did not drive. Liberation of the earth, get some traction. Time for action. Just the first verse and chorus here for the introduction. First chorus. Everything on earth must change. Our awareness and our abilities of consciousness are expanding. Our awareness and our abilities of consciousness are expanding. There's been an all-encompassing, corrupt and darkly manipulative control system directing and draining human consciousness as much as it could for thousands of years. Many refer to this as the Matrix. From the 1999 blockbuster that many, including myself, recognize as being more of a documentary than a work of fiction, an epic blending of the two. If you've wondered about meditation, now is a great time to start, to cultivate inner wellness and calm and access to intuition. This practice in our daily lives, to be able to breathe deeply and slowly and create space and peace within, is essential for our well-being, as the increasing states of drama and difficulty that we've been experiencing will continue for some time, revealing what must be revealed, which is everything of significance. In this end of the old world and beginning of the new world, the reason why it seems so dramatic and perhaps rather scary, depending on where one lives, certainly depending upon their internal orientation, it is because of the great corruption that has imprisoned the surface dwellers of Earth and the unnatural attacks that we've endured. If the truth of our times wasn't concealed, our transition overall would be a far gentler one. Much surprise in these epic times. Hidden has been truths about everything. And this is partly why everything must change. Great truths of our times include that new cosmic energies are increasingly permeating our solar system and thus our bodies for our betterment and our evolution. It's affecting the earth, changing the earth, it's affecting the sun, changing the sun's output, which is affecting the earth, it's affecting other planets and moons on our solar system, certainly affecting our vessels, affecting our consciousness. This is on the rise. Also darkly hidden, yet increasingly being likely disclosed, is the vast and varied network of benevolent beings that are here to help. Many of these beings are now living upon Earth, Earth based lives, and have awakened to hold the torch of a new vision for Earth. Also, have we much benevolent galactic family, galactic and beyond, that have come from afar with incredible technologies and a willingness to assist as much as they are allowed to, and as much as they are invited to by the surface dwellers of Earth, and much angelic assistance as well, with similar parameters to their involvement, as much as they are allowed, and as much as they are invited. Things are increasingly dramatic and increasingly challenging, though the way forward of our greatest stability can be forged in these times. The primary reason for the drama is the battle between the forces for control of Earth and the forces for her liberation. Also, this is a battle between natural and unnatural orientations. This is the spiritual war between liberation and control, and between natural and the unnatural orientation. Though some are involved in physical war, more so, we are in a battle of wills. Like the Jedi, we are encouraged to enhance our capacity and focus into creating for ourselves increasingly new and upgraded versions, both of ourselves and of our world. Let's get into the new segment, Anne's Angels. Ann Tucker is a great channel of a group of great angelic beings, though I suppose is there any other kind for the angelics? Thank you. There are many earth angels as well, many extraterrestrials, angelic beings as well, as angelic as one can be, and yet be physically incarnate. There are many earth angels among us. Channeling is accomplished by putting our consciousness into a heightened state of both quiet and receptivity, allowing communication from other beings to come through us. Discernment and prayer are important in doing so, for we can channel both light and dark beings. We can channel spirits, extraterrestrials, and as in Anne's case, and others as well, a collective of powerful beings. All of her messages are quite openly in the context of creating a new and vastly different world, one more deeply and energetically established from within the populace. Many will choose to go forth and give rise to such, many will not, and will have various levels of challenge remaining attached to the way things were. All choose their own path, though leveling upwards energetically and lovingly is recommended. In her recent, uh, in her most recent messages, she notes that as many have readily concluded, we're in for increasing levels of unrest, disruption, and hardship. In her recent and weekly message, we're advised that, regardless of the circumstances that we find ourselves within, in the times to come, now, and in the times to come, we can choose to suffer them or not, to experience lack or abundance based on the internal state that we cultivate. In these times, in the now, we can create a new sense of abundance around us that will be the way of the new world. Some already have experienced abundance, yet perhaps most have not. I would add to this the question, are we able to share with others? If we cannot, then we are not in a state of experiencing abundance. Regarding challenges to come forth, I'm reminded that sometimes sharing a little is a great way to experience our abundance. For abundance, in a sense, I understand to be having more than we need. The buoyancy of having more than we need. And when we can share a little, we are cultivating abundance. Share a little, share a lot as a percentage perhaps of what we have, as a dollar amount of our time, of our kindness. To share is to cultivate abundance. Regarding challenges to come, the angels indicate that the new world will come forth in a storm of renewal. From her second last message, we have, be not the person that suffers what is. Be the person that creates what is to come. It is from you that the new world does arrive. Also, she speaks much in her recent messages on what many refer to as the solar flash, which is a chapter by the same name in my book, though the angels refer to it as the flash of light, that all will take notice of. The angels note that it would be best to go within during the immediate hours and days that follow and allow oneself to go forward with the upgrades to their consciousness, though many will be frightened and will not go forth, though the opportunity to do so will remain. Her recent messages connect well with another of my favorite sources of information that I would note that I often go within, both searching and listening for my own higher path forward in these times. And it is advised that all of us do so, that we cultivate our internal alignment of getting right within. As an aside, one of my favorite religions, an extraterrestrial one, indicates that we have an inner guidance system, a compass, and it is referred to as knowledge with a capital K. That religion is referred to as the greater community way of knowledge. The way of knowledge. It is also known as greater community spirituality, the greater community of worlds. Many extraterrestrials follow this. This is one of my favorite religions. One of my 3 favorite ties with number 1. And this is foreshadowing the next installment of Golden Age Now. As I was working the creative energies for this installment, I had a sense of what was to come. Next week, in all likelihood, next week. To repeat briefly, her recent messages connect well with another of my favorite sources of information that I would note that I often go within, both searching and listening for my own higher path forward in these times, and it is advised that all of us do so, that we cultivate our internal alignment of getting right within. Acknowledging the importance of a strong internal connection to receiving information, guidance, and insight, let's connect Anne's Angels with information recently shared from the Fireside Institute, by far this world's foremost remote viewing organization. Also have I a chapter on remote viewing, which in brief is about using our consciousness somewhat like an internet search engine to get information of every possible sensory orientation on phenomena near or far in time and space, both past, present, and future. It's a stunning chapter for those unfamiliar with this glorious topic. One clearly indicative of the dark manipulations of Earth schooling and media that relatively few people yet know anything about this. Though this is obvious to me. This, obvious to me, is to change. with all things of significance to be revealed in this age of shift from one old world orientation to a vastly upgraded one. The Fireside Institute recently noted that we should expect much upheaval and difficulty in the months to come leading up to about March of 2025, February, March 2025, and the future with our free will. It is difficult to pin down exactly. It's at best a likelihood at any given point in time. And our future, very dependent as we create our own reality based on our internal orientation. If you remember those some great childhood books of the 80s, reminded in the moment that life is choose your own adventure, choose your own drama, comedy, romance, sci-fi realization of the truth of such. These days it's a bit of a choose your own adventure, and we are invited to cultivate wellness from within, stability, abundance, calm, clarity. Much upheaval and difficulty externally in the months to come, leading up to about March of 2025, and that many different dramas in overlapping occurrence are meant to overload a largely unaware population into perceiving the great corruption that has enveloped Earth. From different perspectives, both Anne's Angels and the Farside Institute note hardships to come, yet this is for the best. And Angels note the new world coming forth in a storm of renewal. This recent Farside Institute message was days before Hurricane Helene. For more than half a century, weather modification technology has existed. I lived in China about 20 years ago, 3 times for a combined 3.5 years, and it was a little before the Beijing Olympics. I read matter of factly in an English language newspaper, 我看不懂了, I love to say, which means I can't read, implying playfully that I could speak Chinese, just can't read it. I might say 中文我看不懂了, that would be I can't read Chinese, but it was funner to say I can't read. In this English language paper, it noted something along the lines of the Chinese government would ensure that there would only be blue skies for the weeks of the Beijing Olympics. It declared their capacity to control the weather. I was amazed. I was pretty shocked. Mainstream media to talk about something so technologically dramatic, beyond the paradigm of mainstream consciousness, to be sure. In the West, anyways. Other parts of the world. Yeah, we wouldn't see that in the papers these days. Only that it's a so-called conspiracy theory about weather modification technology. Very real. More than half a decade. We're going to pause here. I thought I had it on battery. Oh, you know what? We shall. I had the Wi-Fi on as well, so that definitely contributed to the battery drainage and some writing sessions for this installment of Golden Age. Now, we got a new location. Fortunately, it was close by, and it's adjacent to the time of season, time of the year. And we're going to continue from here. There's going to be some background noise, different things happening. Also gives an opportunity to charge my smallish portable power bank here. We're going to do the musical components elsewhere, but this allows us to continue from where we were. So we're charging up here, and we're ready to go. It declared their capacity to control the weather. Plus, I can do this on my feet. This gives it more of a performance flair. I'm definitely going to move around some. As soon as I began to hear news stories of Hurricane Helene, my intuition declared them to be an unnatural happening. The early July hurricane that ravaged the Caribbean, so too I knew that to be unnatural. As soon as I heard about it, I knew that it was unnatural. Hidden in plain sight is an expression, an observation familiar to growing numbers of people. Natural hurricanes don't go so far inland as Helene, nor do they deluge a mountainous region. With similarities to the devastation on Maui, both have indications of being unnatural. Where around Lahaina, cars were melted in a way firefighters had never seen, and many objects that were melted weren't even adjacent to any trees or buildings. The water was also turned off in Lahaina, water for firefighting, and the police trapped people. It was a dark mess. So too in North Carolina, likewise with the federal government late and little in their involvement to somehow remedy the situation. Yet the surviving communities are coming together in beautiful ways. The light is to triumph, though your involvement is needed. In Anne's recent message, we are implored to not be complacent, rather to lean into the building of New Earth. Also in her recent message, that we look for the phoenix in the ashes. We have come to the wrap along segment, and there's not enough juice to continue this segment on elsewhere. So we're gonna do it here. We're not gonna do it through the Bluetooth system. We're gonna get the beats from the laptop speakers, and for today, that's going to be all right. It's going to be good, and you're going to make it better because it's a wrap along segment. This particular wrap along segment is to address. We're gonna let the trolley of carts go by, and I appreciate that they are laboring in doing so. The grocery store around here, a lot of labors that benefit the community around here. So the wrap along segment. This particular version of this new segment, and maybe it'll carry forward this version, the wrap along segment, as inspiration wills us. This particular version is to address toxic tactics, techniques, procedures in any realm that have been harmful and have suppressed our best version existence, that we clear the way into best version everything. Enough of the toxic bull caca and lies. Time for deep truth and wellness to rise. This is not about aggression. It is a declaration. So too, it is white magic. The beats are electric guitar rockin' ones I made and are sampled from my last album. And that was another version of me on the electric. Rap along with me and let us cast light magic of manifestation. Let us come together and rap. Let's go. But first, we gotta fire up the beats. Let us come together and rap. Oh, it's not loud enough. It's not loud enough, but we're gonna layer in an MP3. Make sure that it is loud enough for you, dear viewer, dear listener, perhaps. I'm gonna get a little close so I can hear the beats as well. the rap along segment lets us come together and rap. I ain't fucking having it. Get the fuck out of here. I'm rising up. I help to steer into new earth, planetary rebirth from the old world to the new. Let's go again. I ain't fucking having it. Get the fuck out of here. I'm rising up. I help to steer into new earth, planetary rebirth from the old world to the new. I ain't fucking having it. Get the fuck out of here. I'm rising up. I help to steer into new earth, planetary rebirth from the old world to the new. I ain't fucking having it. Get the fuck out of here. I'm rising up. I help to steer into new world, planetary rebirth from the old world to the new. 4 times through. From new versions of who we are to rise to a new version of the world around us. Connected to the conscious evolution of humanity. My inner hearing has been active since a little before 2012. I can hear my spirit guides, benevolent only allies I've attracted, quite possibly an angel or few, also by invitation, and it seems to me the Most High itself. For this is embedded within us. We are a spark of the divine. To Christians, sometimes I know that I feel my connection with the Holy Spirit. Of my inner hearing, I experience it from different regions, and though it took me a long time to realize this, I most frequently sense the location of these voices to be in different regions around my head. Though nothing is being registered by my eardrums, I still refer to this as inner hearing, which is also known as clairaudience, which can also be known as a form of telepathy. Also, I feel messages arise from within my body, and at times I feel energy in my hands, especially the palms. Sometimes also in my feet at the same time, as indications of some greatly positive significance to what I'm thinking of at that moment. My intuition has been increasingly active since 2020 and became more so while I was writing and working on my book between March of 2022 and July of 2023. Before each writing session, I made a prayer of invitation to different positive powers, a favorite archangel or few, the Most High itself, and sometimes left it open to any benevolent force that wanted to help me communicate as a writer, and that ultimately I was presenting myself as a willing messenger. Depending upon the chapter I would be working on, I sent out a prayer. Much came to me in those sessions, to a man long devoted to learning about what has been hidden and of the revealing of these things. Truly, the book was a team effort, and it would be fair to call it a semi-channeled book, for often I was engaging my creative soul and intellect and personality in formulating the ideas, yet often I was articulating ideas that I could clearly discern were coming to me. I wasn't thinking them into existence, willing them, engaging volition, other than formulating them into English and moving my fingers about the laptop keyboard. Sometimes it was hard to tell what could have been coming from me and what was from elsewhere, when often there was a blending of my beingness and something far greater. Perhaps this is the ultimate state of human consciousness, that we combine and harmonize ourselves in such a way with the Most High. For decades, I've been learning of the subject matter in the book, and readily I could understand what was coming to me because none of it challenged my beliefs or my worldview. Increasingly, rather, I've become a man of knowledge. For I understand that human consciousness is moving beyond beliefs into great realms of knowledge. Life upon earth has largely been an intricately woven lie, and the truth shall set us free. And so too the waves of new energy, and how we choose to interact and evolve with thee. To deeply understand and with inner peace to navigate our times, meditation is so highly recommended. And for good multi level health as well, body, mind, spirit, emotions, and for insightful information that often comes to us when we quiet our minds, which results in readiness for internal listening and awareness. To deeply understand our times and our opportunities for greatness also is my book available, our book, as an astoundingly broad ranging read that would be impossible to download in a moment of internal insight. A book also for fixing and healing our world in ways that few people have known were possible. The truths of our greatest problems and our greatest solutions have been hidden. For most people, the book is a staggeringly surprising read in uplifting and empowering ways. It was written in various locations while nights were spent sleeping in a car, one that eventually ran no more. It was the change in lifestyle to the hardships of car dwelling that oddly gave rise to the creative dedication of this meaningful manifestation. You can search what really happened, two worlds, five words, what really happened, two worlds. You can search for that on Amazon for what really happened. A tale of two worlds and the path to the golden age. A purchase supports this channel and, of course, myself, though most importantly, a purchase can enhance your life and your capacity to help give rise to new work. What really happened? Two worlds, five words. That's the best search for it on Amazon. Music from here on out with this golden age now installment. We had the rap along. Now it's time for a sing along. There will be some space in there for you to improvise whatever you want, melodic syllables or actual words. And since I don't need to, I'm not generating this with beats, we're gonna drop it a cappella from this live space. Perhaps there'll be a sing-along participant in the vicinity. There will be some space for you to improvise whatever you want, melodic syllables or actual words, whatever. Of course, you can sing along in your head, but it will more so move your spirit if you sing along out loud. Here we go with a fun little melody, readily sung along with or harmonized with if you're that kind of singer. And I forget the tune, so I'm going to review it. The sing along segment from the lobby of this grocery store. Ya la 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 la. La la la, ya la 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 la. The horizon, ya la 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 la. The break to be, ya la 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 la. Improvising, now you, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. We set the planet free. La 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 la. on into vitality, la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Well done, fun, fun. The sing-along segment, I bet we'll bring that back. The outro song today is a thanks fittingly set in this moment and show of respect to those people that touch the lives of many, the various backbone of society kinds of people that are often the least paid, and for many of them, their lives are toilsome ones with long hours of work. Maybe they gave you your coffee. Maybe they returned your shopping cart upstairs. Maybe they harvested the coffee beans on another continent. For their work, their accommodations are usually better than mine, in this part of the world, anyways, though sometimes their spirit is low. I see some of these people when I play music street side on my bass trombone. They work and work, they have nothing to share. Yet I appreciate what I receive from them with the food I eat and more. Food and products that come through an incomprehensibly vast network of labor. As I write this, I'm not sure what this song is called. Spent a little time of reflection. Ah, yes. Here it is. It's called Trapped in the Matrix. Secure Your Liberty. And I rock it with the guitar. Don't have that with me. It's nearby the vicinity, so we're going to edit it in. Live from the pumpkin side. Back to this very multi-purpose vehicle for the outro song, which as some moments ago, a lot of them. Still tonight though, same day, I mentioned that the song's called Trapped in the Matrix, Secure Your Liberty. And I just did the rap along segment. I'm feeling beats in me. Perhaps in future iterations we'll have some beats along with some of these musical treats, I presume. Yeah, so this one's called Trapped in the Matrix, Secure Your Liberty. This one going out to all the people that are trapped in the Matrix. I can look around the room that I'm in. I can see many things. Made by people trapped in the Matrix. Women liberty. I work to secure your liberty. Your liberty is an inside job too. Women liberty. I'm consuming things made by people that are trapped in the Matrix, and that's kind of strange to me. This is going on to all people that are trapped in the Matrix. I can look around any room that I'm in. I can see many things. Never people trapped in the Matrix. There's no official outro to the song, but I'm feeling that in the new world. When things are lovingly done and we don't have people overworked under the sun and moon, well, it'll be better, to say the least.